So let's play some Suzerain today. And we're gonna continue our run here. So let's continue, shall we? We left off with a new turn, I think. Yeah, this is a new turn called Revelations, so let's see what it's all about. Just a recap for the people that didn't watch the whole thing. We got our new constitution, actually passed by the government and by the judges. And we also met Mr. Soll, so I'm very curious what's going to happen with him. But yeah, we're now in chapter 3, and I think this is turn... Yeah, I think you need a new turn button here, but I think we are now in a new turn. So, let's see, let's check the news first. Oh. The Queen of Rumburg, our enemy. We are not going to pay any reparations. And 100 were killed in Helgeland again. Oh, they are still fighting over this island. Yeah. Of course, they are blaming each other for this island here. Agnolia thinks that this belongs to them, and Volksland thinks it's their land, so... do we have some more reports first? Yeah, here. Oh my god. What is happening with my security? Okay, I think that was it. Now we can go to the next event, and that's departure of President's son from home. Oh yeah, he's going away. Frank is gonna leave home, yeah. So I guess this is it. You're going to do great. Frank shifted his weight nervously. I've forgotten what you told me about your university years. I hope Holsworth State gives me a chance to prove myself the same way you did. Oh, I hope that the chance never comes. Yeah, you don't have to prove yourself. Oh, Frank is gonna go. Yes, Diana, he needs to go to school. I'm not a kid anymore. Yeah, Serge or Sergey. I call him Serge. Yeah, needs to go to the Holsworth State University. And time to go, Frank. Frank turned around and took one last look at me. Make me proud. Difficult to see him grow and leave, isn't it? It's not like we will never see him again. Too, home will feel a bit empty now. It's time for him to find himself in the world. Not like we will never see him again. Well said. And they're gonna go. Monica's crying too, guys. Oh no. She puts the head on my shoulder. I'm gonna stroke her hair. Since he has a father he can boost his new friends about. Anton the Great Reformer. Sounds good, doesn't it? Anton the Great Reformer. Watched for a few minutes, even after the car was no longer inside. Well, that was a quick dialogue. Very quick. Oh, we have a new entry? These are all... Oh yeah, we have a dispute with the interior. The Ministry of Defense is in a legal dispute with the interior about the gendarmerie. Interesting. And what is this? Volksland might be preparing for major invasion. That would be crazy. What is this? Hegel condemns Helgeland governor threatens intervention. He's saying that Agnolia went too far. Oh, I hope we will not get any war here. That would be very bad. Okay, and what is this? We have a report from the salary increase thing. The National Assembly discussed and passed a new law increasing the yearly salaries of elected officials, including that of the President of Sordland. Okay. Mr. Holt, that's my economy guy, I think. Working on several plans to boost the economy. He is currently compiling a very detailed report with suggested projects. Thank you for your report, Lucian. That was very quick report. What is happening? They were never so quick. Oh, there's something in Rumburg. Queen demands reparations. We are not going to do that. During the 15-day war. And the language commerce is all-time high. Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, because we have a new highway here. Yeah. And we have another newspaper circling over Stalport. Oh, really? He was too drunk to get off the plane. What a weird news. Okay, let's go here. Trade talk with the Chancellor of Volksland. This Mr. Whiskey? Yeah. Mr. President, I'm surprised you are still up this late. You'd say the same thing about you. It's a good point. I don't like sleep. I feel like it's wasting time after almost a third of our lives are spending sleep. Do you mind if I ask you why you can't sleep? Are you also worried about future all the time? I'm an old man. I've been alive for more than 70 years. But not of those years worrying about various things endlessly. But it is time was worrying is simply a part of life. The mankind are we are forever gullible. We always think about reaching out for what we don't have, and a part of what we don't have are choices we could have made and their results. Well, thanks for your wisdom. Anytime. Getting chilly out here. I must go now and try to get some sleep. I'm an old man after all. I recommend you do the same. Ik blijf nog iets langer. Very well, good night. Watch the sea for some more time before going back to my... Dawn arrived and our ship moored at the busy port of Wilburn. We arrived at Helm. This is their capital. The Ice Coast, maybe. Maybe there's war. But not right now. Chancellor Hegel. Yeah, this is the Chancellor of Volksland. It's a pleasure to finally meet with you. What do we think about the painting? I think that we've come far. After all, we are standing here side by side instead of a battlefield. As a reminder, one misstep and we are back to painting the world with more blood. Do that one. The leaders of this world, they must be careful. Especially against those who are willing and trying to precisely that. Let's hope we can stay that way. I wanted to watch another painting that was almost as large as the first one. A burning city was depicted. Looking closer, it was Conriad. That's our city. The Great Fire of Conriad. In the year of 1789, the navy of the Empire of Volksland, or Valgos, encouraged the Rhine army sailed across the sea during the first night of June. The most shameful event in the entire Volksland history. We shouldn't bear the sins of our forefathers. As part we need to look into the future, for we will never forget the extremely shameful display of Volkslandian Navy. If I click that one, then we are not gonna have any good talks anymore. We shouldn't bear the sins of our forefathers. Thankfully, I've got the head of the snake called Imperialism here in Volksland. Yeah, he's a communist. Give the money what they want. As for the director of the company, I want him tried for treason against Vol at once. What's that about? The director of a mining corporation decided to not pay his miners. He has been handled. Revolution is a slow process, slow but sure. Follow me, we will have a short breakfast. Ooh. Leon Maleniev. Oh, that's the Communist. What can you tell me about Millenniev? Ah, you spotted the portrait well. Where do I begin? He is a good friend. He wants respect. Ocladian socialism. Yeah, that's the thing in this country. Stable enough that we do not need the vanguardist approach of millennialism. We are already in process of such transformation. Ah, maybe we can meet him. One day you will. An assistant brought in 2 cups of coffee. Let's begin then. Picked the documents that were beside him on the small, ornamented coffee table and started going through it. No leads of the deal already, but to sum it up. We want to provide Swedish tungsten in return for Falkland's hard-earned money. Yes. Details were discussed in between our ministers, but I do have a few questions. What makes you think that Falkland, as a nation with considerable tungsten reserves, requires Swedish tungsten? Why should I accept this deal? Why should you not? What do you have to lose? No. It's the first step towards improving the ties between our nations. 3. More trade means more money circulation. Undoubtedly it will help both of our nations' economies. 4. I want to align Sordland closer with the CSP. I can do 2. The first step towards improving the ties between our nations. Does it have anything to do with the growing threat of Rumburg? We don't need external threats to make a deal with one of our oldest neighbors. Well said, that is precisely what I am trying to do, Mr. Rayne. I want Sordland and Falkland to be closer again as 2 nations. I want to mend the damage that was inflicted by the imperialism that caused our countries, once brothers, to oppose each other. You and I can do this. I will accept a trade deal. Nice. Called an assistant nearby. A moment later the assistant returned with 2 shots of vodka. In Falkland we drink on a contract. You know who pisses me off? Those damn Agnolians who can claim our land as their own. Like it's not enough, they kill my people in their homes in Helgeland. Imagine they did that to Swedish people, what would you do? Chancellor Hegel, I urge calm on the matter, no one wants war. I would slaughter them just like how they killed Swedish citizens. 3. I will approach the matter diplomatically. Surely a middle way can be found. Middle way? The window for the diplomatic action is closing. I'm trying really hard to show restraint. I don't think Mr. Falkland they will see our might. Mr. Rayne, since we have signed a trade deal, I will be open with you. I'm planning on invading Helgeland to save Falklandian citizens. The clutches of the murderous Agnolians. Oh no. He is gonna do it. Don't worry, I don't wish to pull Sordland into this conflict in any way. This is not your battle after all. He just said to us that he's gonna attack him. But I can't risk internal backlash. But if I have Sordland behind our case, everything will be easier. That's why. We are not... No, we are not gonna meddle. So you decided to stay neutral. Very well, I respect that. No, Iceco, we are not gonna help. Although I would appreciate the support, as you said, our matters are not yours. I will commence the invasion regardless. Since we have come this far, I am not opposed to the idea of an alliance. Yeah, we still need allies against Rumburg. I want an alliance, Chancellor Hegel. I want to revive the Brotherhood of Old. I think we have to let Volksland take down Agnolia. Oh no! This game is so bad for your mental health. It is crazy. We will let Volksland take over. We are gonna let Volksland take over Agnolia. And they will help us against Rumburg. We have no other option. If I do not take an alliance now, we will not have any allies against Rumburg. Let's go for it. We shook hands and he pulled me in for a hug. Oh no! Oh no! Hello, Dracton! This is great news! Not around. Yes, we are gonna drink. We will celebrate. Bring the bottle. Thank you for the offer, but there is only so much vodka I can drink after breakfast. Why not? Why not? There we go! As the assistant we whispered to Hegel's ear. Oh god. Agnolians did what? Mr. Rayne, I'm afraid you will have to excuse me. There is a matter I need to attend to. I feel so dirty. I'm gonna let Agnolia go to vanish. Because I have to save my own country against Rumburg. I'm such a terrible president. Is there anything I can help with? Oh, he's gonna invade. We are now allied with them, guys. We are allied with this nation. Allied. Strong military. News. The Sordland Volksland Pact. We have a new economic deal and a military pact with Volksland, which brings the two economies closer through an economic partnership agreement, as well as their militaries with a new military alliance. Both countries will join each other in any defensive wars. So we are not going to help them against Agnolia, of course. Why would we? Oh, and we have a private meeting with Peter. Occupying headquarters in touch since the night of the election. This was where the evening began. He's coming. I bid you welcome to this grand nostalgia trip hosted by Peter. We are feeling sentimental. I've never been there in ages. I miss sometimes even the damn door. Come over here, remember this? An old desk with the gramophone. Still working. So what we are celebrating? Life, my friend, life. He put his hand under the desk and brought a bottle out. You're gonna drink again. Took a swig out of it and passed the bottle to me. Let's drink. That's my boy. Peter snapped his fingers to the music while going through the items in the room. Go on, have a look around, see if it doesn't bring back memories. Check your old desk drawers. I walked over the old desk and a few old coins, pencils, and something that caught my eye. It was a photograph of me and Monica sitting under a tree 10-15 years ago. Nice find. Look at baby Anton. It even have your iconic moustache. Yeah, we now have a moustache. I'm gonna take it. Storage boxes. Emerald coral statue of a goat. The symbol of Sordland. Well, let's take it. The gramophones. Let's take it. Let's talk. Bottle. Nah, I'm good. I drank enough. I know you, Peter. What are you hiding? Nothing. Let's go up the roof. The view was always amazing from there. Went up the stairs to the roof. The view was mesmerizing. Buildings have also twinkled. We sat and leaned back against the wall, taking it all in. When I was starting to get up, I heard a sobbing sound. I looked to Peter and saw tears streaming down his cheeks. I have not yet seen a night sky beautiful enough to make Peter Vectorn cry. What's wrong? Ooh, he messed up. What a surprise. Evelyn's leaving me. She wants a divorce. Yeah, I'm not surprised. He's always going with with other girls. What the hell did you do? He has been sleeping with Livia. I already knew this. That's all, you lucky man? I had a feeling about you too. No, Isko, no. You've been what? I know, she's your secretary, I'm so sorry. No. No need to justify, man will be a man after all. How could you do this to me? I like her too, that doesn't mean I break my vows and risk scandal for a bit of horizontal polo. Or don't tell me you're going to run off with her. No, we're ending things. I told her it's too professional, I want Evelyn back. Who else knows? Nobody, I swear. Well, maybe Lucian, since he knows everything, but you know he'd never spill the beans. Patient friend, Vice President, the habits that had gotten him dubbed the bad boy of Swedish politics. When we were young, we were no longer so charming coming from a middle-aged man. You will fix this, or I have to remove you. Don't mention it. I mean, don't mention it. Without waiting for his reaction, I left the rooftop alone and made my way downstairs. Yeah, and we took the stuff with us. Sat down and stared at the telephone. We can call Evelyn, we can call Lucian and tell him what happened. We can call no one. Let's call Evelyn. Is everything alright? I told her what I knew about Peter and Livia. Oh. She was silent for so long I thought she might have hung up. If you have to say, I won't change my mind. Peter still loves you. He was in tears when we talked. Don't you understand? Your jealousy could ruin my chances of re-election. He's already ended it. Can't you forgive him? Yeah, he loves you. He was in tears when we talked. Do you really know him? He has a wandering eye. You knew that when you married him. Willing participant. Let's just do this one. I thought we could help curb his worst impulses, but it obviously wasn't true. Look at whom he goes after. Secretaries, kitchen staff, aides. Remember Brenda? What do they have in common? When the vice president asks them for sex, they might lose their job if they refuse. Peter is such a bastard. I'd go to the media about this if I wasn't non grata at the Holstead Post, and if there was a shred of a chance I'd be taken seriously. But at the very least, I will no longer be an accomplice to his abuse of power, and frankly, Anton, neither should you. Evelyn hung up with waiting for me to respond. It took a minute to think over what she had said. Let's call Lucian. Yes, Mr. President? Thank you for calling me. This serves to confirm some suspicions of my own. We have to meet. Right now? Tomorrow morning in your office, early before either of the two arrive. Don't bring this up with anyone else. I fear we may have more than a mere defiance on our hands. The line dropped. Well, we already told with Evelyn about it. Oh God. Can you believe it? We have news. Lesbia trade sanctions against Sordland. Lesbia will try to cripple our economy. So for the people that are new, Lesbia is over here. This country. This is our country, all these color provinces. This country doesn't like it. Lesbia has announced a slew of trade sanctions against us with increase up to 30% of tax certain goods with cancellation of military arms sales. Are they now angry? Yes. They are very wealthy. Start of the day at the palace. Thank you for meeting with me at this hour. I couldn't sleep anyway. Very well, I'm pleased that you chose to call me after your conversation. Well, I was already aware of this. Figured as much. Do you know everything that goes on in the palace after all, or how did you find out? How did you find it out? I'll get to that. On its own given, Mr. Vecton established a reputation as something of a playboy. The affair isn't likely to cause much damage. However, a more troubling possibility has been brought to light. Recent conversation with Mr. Hailstone, our whistleblower from Rumburg, revealed the presence of a spy within the Maroon Palace. I believe Miss Suno is our mole. She has been using her relationship with Mr. Vecton to gather information. Or 2. Tell me more. Or 3. You're being paranoid. Or 4. That's preposterous. Preposterous. Tell me more. I can do better than that. I'll show you. You reached an audio tape. Oh my god, this was recorded on the palace at 1809 on the second day of your trade visit to Volksland. Nobody's working that hard if President stick up his ass off in Foxland. Oh my goodness! And then what happened? You don't need to hear the rest of it. The important question is why so much curiosity about these particular alliances, if not because they could strengthen us against Rumburg. I found her resume on file, and there is a year-long gap between her finishing secondary school and starting at the Maroon. Didn't realize you'd be in so early. Can I get you some coffee? Close the door, have a seat. She looks puzzled. Is something the matter? Enough pretending, your secret is out. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Come on, Olivia, Peter already told me everything. Olivia buried her face in her hands. I'm so sorry, Mr. President, I was foolish and Peter was so nice to me. But it's over now, nobody ever needs to know. That's not what the President means, Miss Sunau. We are referring to you being an intelligence agent for Rumburg. She looked shocked. Pardon, Mr. Clay, but are you feeling alright? No, he isn't. You'll have to excuse him. I know, it sounds ridiculous to me as well. Don't play dumb, Livia. That is your real name? He's fine. What do you have to say for yourself? I understand if you don't want me to keep my job, but why smear with outlandish accusations? Hello, Mighty Mike. You must know I was working as a cigarette girl at Porto's. It's a Lackhaven saloon. I was saving up so I could afford my own palace. Why have you been asking me so many questions about what I do? But why were you asking Peter about my alliances? But why were you so eager to help David back in Benfey? To tell the truth, Mr. Rayne, I was hoping to run for office myself someday. I want to make a real difference in the world, like Mrs. Morka or Mrs. Walder. But I guess I messed that up by getting involved with Peter. Now they're all just going to say I slept my way to the top. You're questioning Peter about Sordland's potential alliances? I told you, how do you know that? It was a loud pounding on the door. Peter barked in without waiting for an answer. He was unshaven and wore the same clothes as the night before. Sit down and shut up. Oh no. Sorry, I had to tell Lucian. Peter took a seat on the far end of the sofa and he looked over at Livia and noticed her troubled expression. Well, there's a small chance she could be a spy. I have reason to believe she's been relaying information to Rumburg, information that you leaked to her in your carelessness. Lucian, you rat bastard, you've been bugging my office. Oh no. Obviously for a good reason. Lucian, is this true? How could you? Is this true? How could you? Both Peter and Livia were glaring at Lucian now. He looked unrepentant. I had noticed the Vice's behavior becoming increasingly erratic and unprofessional over the past month. I wanted to get the root of the cause. You pervert! Certainly not. I believe that along with the Rumburg whistleblower's admission that there is a spy in the palace and certain gaps in Miss Suno's resume. This tape makes a compelling case to investigate the Secretary for Espionage. Whether or not the investigation yields positive results, Mr. Vector ought to be held accountable for his willingness to divulge such sensitive information. He ought to stand trial or at the very least resign. Peter's jaw dropped. If I may, Mr. President, I have been paying attention to what goes on in the palace, not because I'm some sort of double agent, but out of genuine interest. How does that maybe be your belief, Mr. Glade? And from what I've seen, this man has been attempting to undermine your Vice President at every turn, perhaps with the goal of replacing Peter himself. Oh no! He is nothing but loyal. Loyal to Lou, it's true. He never could stand me. My personal misgivings about Mr. Vector aside, I would never do anything to harm this administration. Mr. Vector, on the other hand, has at best committed adultery and at worst delivered state secrets straight into enemy hands. Who could I believe? No one! Get out! I believe you. I don't know if I can believe him. We should investigate Livia. You're the strategist here, don't be. You make the call. 3. Honestly, I ought to fire you for surveying, Peter. 4. I'm not investigating my own secret. I won't play into your hands. What if Lucian is a spy? Huh? What if Lucian is a spy? Yeah, Peter is a fool, that's true. Let's let him make the call. And if she does turn out to be a spy and word gets out, I look like a fool. I'm not investigating my own secretary, I won't play in your... Yeah, let's do 2. What if Mr. Vector's shoulders to blame, as he should. We will decide that when the time comes. Do I have your permission to proceed with the investigation? I think we have to. Yes. He adjusted his tie. I apologize to Miss Suno and tell her this has all been a misunderstanding. We can't have her running away during the investigation. Thank you. Very well, sir. Lucian gave a slight bow as he left the office. Stood himself for a while, wondering what exactly I had set into motion. Yeah. What did we do now? I asked Lucian to start an investigation into Peter's affair.